I'm Bo Bemis. I'm the mayor of the city of Reading. I'm here to welcome everybody to our wonderful community. I want to welcome our Hamilton County Commissioners here today. We want to thank them for being here, and we appreciate all they do for our county. A few things on here. We want to thank our commissioners for helping small businesses like the ones in our Reading Bridal District. In the first two rounds, Reading Floral Boutique and Red Wine and Company, which is across the street, were both awarded. And with that, again, I want to thank you all for being here and want to introduce Stephanie, our board chairman. Thanks.
What a beautiful day in Reading, Ohio. But it would be beautiful anyway because of the reason why we're here. So I debated, usually when I go somewhere, I try to figure out what I'm going to wear. I know we're in a bridal district, and then we have a floral shop. So I could either wear my wedding dress or bring some flowers. So I decided to bring some flowers. And I love flowers. So it's just a wonderful day to launch the third round of the Hamilton County Small Business Grants. Remember, grants, not loans, and that's a big difference. Applications go live on Thursday, September the 16th at noon, and must be returned by the deadline of October the 4th by 5 p.m. We give you a little bit more time than we normally do because a lot of people maybe might not see the announcement, so we want you to have adequate time to put in your information. So you can apply on 513relief.org. We tried to make it easy. There are only 3 documents: government issued ID, 2019 to 20 business taxes, and your proof that your business is in Hamilton County. So in the first rounds, we funded nearly, wait a minute, Bridget, come here. We want to show you. We funded nearly 800 businesses with $6.7 million in Federal CARES Act. So all of those dots indicate all the businesses that we have funded. I think I was a little surprised. When you see that map, it really brings it to light. So we funded minority businesses by 47%, which was 371 minority businesses. Women's businesses, 48%, 385 women's businesses. And veterans, 5%. At 41 veterans businesses. Small businesses are our very fabric of America. We have Debbie Peak, who's here. She's not going to speak, but she's willing to do our interview when we're done. And Mr. Brian Ross, the founder of Cincinnati Brewing Company in Laughlin, is also here. And he received some funding from us, and he will be speaking later. So at this time, I'd like to introduce our Vice President of the Commission, Alicia Reese.
Thank you so much. Very excited to be here to announce additional funding for small businesses. And this is not it. We really plan to be the #1 county for small businesses in the whole country. And I think that these opportunities and relationships that we're building with small businesses is setting that tone for us to have a small business office in the near future where we can continue these relationships. I want to say it's exciting that we're here at the Bridal District, the #1 bridal district in the whole state of Ohio. And I was telling them earlier, I got my coronation dress from here. When I was crowned Miss Grambling State University, I had to find a dress. I came right here to Reading and got my dress, and I would just say I'm still holding on to it. I can't fit it, but I'm holding on to it. And we also had a lot of interaction coming from a banquet hall that my late mother ran a banquet hall, Integrity Hall, and we did a lot of buying from right here at the Bridal Districts for a lot of weddings. 513relief.org. We're just excited to have a portal now that small businesses can go directly to. They can apply online, and you'll hear about that later once that is going live. We hosted a relief-a-thon, and in the relief-a-thon back at the beginning of this year, we were able to get calls from people, what assistance did they need? And we were able to help over 700 people get connected to assistance. One of the things that they needed was rental assistance, and we saw that almost 40% of the calls came for rental assistance. But 39% of the calls came for small business assistance. And it showed us that small businesses still need help out here. And certainly in areas like Reading and Lockland and other municipalities where we have storefronts. These storefronts are important to the fabric of our communities and our neighborhoods. And we've got to make sure that these storefronts stay open and available and don't become vacant and blight in these communities. So that's why these grants are so important. We launched our 513 Small Business Assist. So that is a portal to also help small businesses navigate through this. If you're a small business or micro business, many times you don't have time to have someone just dedicated to trying to find out what's available. You're trying to pay the rent, service the customer, and keep your head above the water. Well, we now have navigators, and you'll hear from one of our partners that has the navigators that you can call, and we have professionals. It doesn't cost you a dime, and they will navigate you through. This is what's available for you. This is what you qualify for, and here's how we can help. So we are very excited about that, and that's going very well. Again, we're here to have direct assistance. This is a grant. This is a grant, so you don't have to worry about paying it back. This is a grant for you to help you bounce back in these very difficult times. So again, I'm excited to be out here with another great announcement for small businesses, with funding to back it up, with a portal that you can go online and apply for, and with navigators who will help walk you through that process to make it easier for you. Again, our goal is to be the #1 county in the state and in the country for small businesses. At this time, it gives me pleasure to introduce County Commissioner Denise Driehaus.
Thank you, Vice President Reese. I'll try to not be overly repetitive, but I want to say that, this is our third round of relief from the CARES Act dollars, and we did learn something through the first 2 rounds to try to improve on how we were being accessible to the business owners in the community. And so in the first round, you couldn't have gotten any PPP. We took that away because some business owners, I know a dry cleaner in Price Hill got $1,000 from the federal government. That wasn't enough to keep him afloat, and so he applied for the second round, and he got those dollars to try to help maintain his business. We also learned that we really needed to target very small business owners. They were the ones that were left behind through the federal dollars in the PPP program, and so we tried really hard to say to ourselves, how do we target even employers that are sole proprietors or 10 employees and under? How do we target those businesses? And President Dumas mentioned earlier, we hit those targets in the first couple rounds and have made it even more streamlined now that we're in our third round. So it's very exciting. We've got some folks that have been our partners in this and utilize some of these dollars. So I'm not going to go on too much longer because I do want to recognize our partner. But let me just say some of the criteria by which you would be eligible. You must be a for-profit located in Hamilton County. You must have been in operation as of December 31st, 2019 or earlier. You must have less than $2.5 million in gross revenue, receipts, and less than 50 employees. You must have experienced a 15% revenue loss during the pandemic. And you can have gotten money either in round 1 or round 2 of this assistance. You can still apply and you can still get money. It's up to $10,000 as it has been in the past, and we hope it's just enough to keep some of our really important small business owners in business as they continue to struggle through the remnants, or in the middle of perhaps COVID-19, I'm not really sure which. So with that, I'm going to introduce one of our partners. It's Brian Ross. He is the founder of the Cincinnati Brewing Company. He's also a veteran, and so I think it's really important that we honor that service and honor what he has done. He's a business owner in Lockland, and it really does exemplify how important these partnerships are with the county and with small business owners, and we're really proud to have been able to assist in a small way for him to keep his business open. So with that, I'm going to introduce Brian Ross.
So when we applied for the grant, we were in the middle of COVID, and it was brutal. Still have to pay rent, you still have to pay utilities, and although folks were understanding, at some point you got to pay them. So we were looking for grants and looking around, and again, the federal stuff didn't work for us, just the way we're set up. And we applied for the grant through the county, which was very easy to do. And they were helpful. And if we had something wrong, somebody calling, reaching back to make sure we got our paperwork right. So I encourage all small business owners to 513relief.com or .org and, take a shot at it. They'll help you. They're saying it's running smoother now, and, it could be helpful. Keep it going. Get you through it. You're good.
Thank you. I think that concludes our press conference today. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. All right, so maybe some pictures.